Let's get to our Mint Mobile question today.
Hello, John. This is Juan. I'm a big Dwayne Johnson fan, but do you think he deserves part of the blame for Black Adam underperforming financially and critically? I mean, this movie has been his baby for many years, so he probably was really involved with the script and everything else in it. I love Dwayne Johnson, but I have the feeling that maybe part of this movie's failure is his fault. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling that in. And it's funny. We've been talking a lot about, over the last couple of months, Black Adam, a movie that they announced. Well, they initially announced like 15 years ago or something like that. And then they seriously announced it like 7 or 8 years ago. And I was at the CinemaCon when Dwayne Johnson came out on stage. And this is like many, many, many years ago, saying the DC hierarchy is about to tremble under my boot and all this kind of stuff that he was saying. And then year after year after year passed. But, it is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is like my second favorite movie star in the world. And it is Black Adam, which is a real cool character. And they finally brought it to theaters. Was Black Adam as good as we were all hoping it could be? No, it wasn't. Now, listen, it's all subjective. Maybe to you it was the best film of the year. And if it was, awesome. But I think it's safe to say, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say I think most of us consider that it wasn't as good as it could have been. I still had fun with that movie.
I did too.
I went to go see it multiple times in theaters. I'm going to watch it multiple times, probably over the Christmas holidays. It was fun.
I couldn't look myself in the mirror after, but I enjoyed it.
It's like shame sex. It's like, oh. But no, I had fun with it. But look, the dialogue was bad. The story was real weak. I mean, I still can't get over, minor spoiler here. I talked about this on my Ask Me Anything the other day. I still can't get over that the wizards deemed that Black Adam was such a menace that they had to imprison him to keep the world safe and imprison him for eternity. So what did they do? They put him in this prison, and then on the door, they put the instructions for opening the door. That's some top-notch security. We've got an electronic keypad on our door, locking the door, right? You got to have the code to get in. That is just the same as Jonathan writing up, hey guys, the keypad number to get in is 2555 or whatever.
Typing on the chat.
I mean that's what these all-wise wizards did. They literally put on the door instructions for opening the door.
And the son being the same age as the mom, that was crazy.
The son being the same age as the mom.
It was just, yeah.
But I mean, the movie was filled with stuff like that, right? But I still thought, despite all of that, I still thought that all the other stuff, the one-liners, the action, the violence, Hawkman, Dr. Fate, I thought Atom Smasher and whatever the girl's name was. Whatever her name is.
Don't do that.
You nailed it.
What was her name?
Wait, I'll get it.
Typhoon
You nailed it.
What was her name?
Was it Cyclone?
Don't laugh at me when you don't even know what it was. You're laughing at me and you don't even know what it was. It was, what was it?
Cyclone.
It was Cyclone.
But
I was
that
like,
speaks to the movie. It's like in whatever the other person's name is.
Was it Typhoon? Okay, Cyclone. Cyclone. There we go. I mean, I liked all of that. There was enough in there that was still really fun, and I had a good time. But when you don't put fun with solid foundations of filmmaking, you might be setting yourself up for a bit of a stumble. And the reality is this: while a lot of movies would look at $360 million, actually, where is it right now? Black Adam is currently sitting at $384 million. While many, many, many films and directors would say, hey, my movie making $380 million is huge. When your budget was $200 million, no, it's not. When you've got the biggest movie star in the world in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, no, it's not. And you got to seriously look in the mirror and start asking some very hard questions. The fact of the matter is that theatrically Black Adam has lost DC money. And that is something that was inconceivable to a lot of people. Now, look, it would have been folly to ever think that a Black Adam could have made $800 million at the box office. The reality is most people have no idea who Black Adam is. Never even heard of the character. He's a secondary character to another character that a lot of people don't know about. Like most people have never even understood who Shazam is. And Black Adam is a secondary character to Shazam. So, I mean, nobody was expecting it to be $1 billion film or anything like that. But when you lose money, winning cures everything, but losing means there's some blame to go around. And I think Juan raises a really good question. How much of the responsibility of this movie losing money falls on the shoulders of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? And the honest answer is, some of it does.
Does it?
Who's the production company behind this? 7 Buck Productions.
Right.
Who owns 7 Buck Productions? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Who's been the main driving force guiding what this movie could be and could not be for the past 7 years? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I say that because when his movies win, and they almost all do, we give him a lot of the credit, and we should. But when you are in the position that you get a lot of the credit for a big win, you got to take some of the responsibility for when there's a loss. Now, look, I'm saying all that, but I still believe that now that the world knows who Shazam is, now that the people who did go see it probably had some fun with the movie, I still believe that if they do a Black Adam 2, I should say, I still believe that if they do Black Adam 2, you're going to see better results.
For me, I think the character too in itself was a tough sell.
Yeah.
Like for me, Shazam, when I first heard of him, like the very first time, someone said, "Yeah, he's just a kid that would," and then he says this word and he turns into a superhero. I'm like, wow, let me look into this character, and I actually really like Shazam, the character itself. Black Adam, I don't know, the description would pull a lot of people in, like, you know, like, I mean, he's magic, but there's no fantasy about him. He's not a kid that turns into a superhero. He's just a evil dude, really. But they're trying to sell him as an anti-hero or whatever. I don't know. It has something to do with the pull of the character, I think.
I mean, that definitely has something to do with it, and the fact that they did not sell this movie properly.
They didn't.
He sold it like a wrestler, so he sold it.
Yes.
Like when he was at Comic-Con and all this other stuff, he sold it. He was building up like a wrestling character in that persona, and that's great because, you know, he's The Rock and he's coming out and he wants to do battle with Superman someday, but they still never really said what the movie was about.
Yes.
Or who the character was.
That's the key. As each new trailer would come out, I still remember when the final trailer came out, we talked about on the show, it's like, I still don't know what the movie's about. Mm-hmm. I know who the main character is, and he's the new hierarchy of the DCU, and he's a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy. And okay, we know about the character, but we had no idea what's the story of the movie, what's going on. They did not do a good job selling this movie. And again, I put part of that responsibility on Dwayne Johnson, probably more Warner Brothers. I mean, that's a marketing issue. But yeah, the unfortunate thing is when you win, everything looks great. But when you lose, everybody starts pointing fingers, and there is blame to go around. Definitely Warner Brothers needs to shoulder some of the blame for this. Definitely Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson needs to shoulder some of the blame for it. I think there's going to be a lot of navel gazing, a lot of second guessing, but I still believe if they made a sequel 2 years from now, I think that sequel, not $1 billion film, but I think that sequel makes more money than this one did. I still believe that. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Black Adam has ended up theatrically losing the studio money, and now the blame game starts. How much of the responsibility of that should Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson put on his immensely huge shoulders? What do you guys think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down into the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. This holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you get another 3 months for free. Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM, while saving tons on phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I've been using Mint Mobile long before this holiday deal, and I have to say it is the perfect time to switch. I have absolutely loved using Mint Mobile, and like I've told you guys many times, I am now spending less than 1/3 of what I used to spend under one of the other major mobile carriers. And now with the whole buy 3 months, get 3 months free deal, gets even better. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily and effortlessly with eSIM. Or if you need a new device, for a limited time, get 6 months of free service when you buy a select device and plan. So guys, for a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months for free by going to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.